and with the sweet spot. The three of us created the sweet spot so that we could create special healing and regenerative spaces for all of us to use as we decide that we want to heal ourselves and youth ourselves. I'm Teresa Jones. I'm a minister with the Rays of Healing Church.
My name is Iris McCray, and I'm also a minister in the Order of Melchizedek, and I will do the sound today.
And I'm Michele Porter-Will, and thank you for having us today.
So I will open with a prayer, the Rays of Healing prayer, and then we will go into the meditation and sound experience. And at the end, we'll have an opportunity to share if you wish. So take a deep breath. And in this prayer, bring all those that you wish to include, your family, your friends. I'm going to include 3 individuals who have asked for healing through the Rays of Healing Church: Carl, George, Helen. Divine Infinite Spirit, thank you for being with us, for flowing through us, within us, and all around us. We're grateful that you support us in becoming aligned with our true self, becoming balanced within our energy bodies, becoming centered in our core, becoming grounded within ourself and within this wonderful earth of ours, and becoming connected with the all that is. Thank you for bringing today all our guides and masters who will be working with us today, known and unknown. So take another deep breath in and out and settle into the energies that are building here. Each individual is bringing their own energy. You will sense the masters as they come in individually, and then as they merge with the group energy, you will feel them building the whole that we will all be able to utilize. And hear the words, but be sensitive to the energies behind the words. Hear the sounds, but be sensitive to the energies behind the sounds.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, Teresa. I want to start out, I'm going to do a meditation today, but I want to start out with a conversation. You don't have to respond, but I do want you to give some thought to what I'm saying to you or what I share. As we all know, each of our experiences are just our experiences. They're wonderful and they resonate with each of us as is necessary. So what might resonate with me might not resonate with each of you. Certain things come to us in terms of insights, and I know each one of us have had an insight and probably many insights. The one thing that I remember when I first started this journey was that I was feeling kind of low, like why couldn't I understand what was going on? Why couldn't I feel energy? What was wrong with me that I wasn't getting to the place where everyone else was at the time? And I will say, I feel like I am in my infancy still with discovering my own spirituality, discovering where I am on this energetic level. However, I will say, if we can get out of our own way, we are all there already. And I've heard it many times, and I'm not the expert on this whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I don't hold myself out to be an expert in regard to even what I'm sharing today. But coming from my perspective, I wanted to give at least a perspective that maybe all of us can recognize in ourselves. So I wanted to tell you a story. It's not a long story, it's just my story of something that happened. This was about probably a month ago. And I have had some difficulty in the past, I still do, with grounding. I get nervous, I have anxiety. And on this particular time, I decided I was going to just relax to the max. Whatever that was, I was going to do it. So I have a method, as all of us probably do, that I went into for myself in order to calm myself down. And I got really quiet. I've heard the terminology that it's still or it's silent or there's void. For me, it got very quiet. And I utilize chakras, and I'm not an expert again on chakras. I do want to explore chakras today in the meditation, but I go beyond the electromagnetic field at times into what Desda Zuckerman refers to as the human anatomy system, which is basically beyond the 7 chakras. So I had gone up to what I call the divine gate. It's not my material, it's Desda's, but I see it. So I went to the divine gate where I could see some guides, and I had a conversation there, and I got the information that I needed to ground. So, and I've struggled with grounding, as I mentioned. So I decided just to relax every part of me to the best of my ability. And when I did that, this huge energy came down through my core, all the way down through my feet. And I heard Spirit say, "You're not alone." I heard it as clear as day. I don't know what I was thinking in that moment, but it for me was an epiphany. I could feel the energy of Spirit. I allowed myself to have the experience. Again, as I mentioned, an insight. And I didn't blow it off as though, okay, you're just hearing things, or it's not real, as sometimes we have a tendency to do. Instead, I took that and I sat with it. And what I recognized, and this is the part of the story that I really found to be more beneficial to me and resonated with me, was that we are not alone, and Spirit is learning everything that we are learning, or everything that we're experiencing. Spirit is going through that with each of us. So even though on my path, in my infancy, I have stumbled many times, I discovered that Spirit is stumbling with me and enjoying every moment of it. That's another piece of it, is that there is joy in everything if we can step outside of those stories we tell ourselves. So I wanted for us, because it reminded me how important grounding is, and welcome, Francine. Thank you for joining us today. I want for us to have an experiential moment together. Actually, I have part 1 and part 2 of this. What I would like for us to do is to ground. But in doing so, at this time, what I want us to do is to go to our feet. And I want you to envision, however it works for you, maybe like a power pack being attached to your feet, like you're George Jetson and you're about to take off. So I want us all to feel that energy. So let's just take a moment, bring that energy down through our core, maybe bring it in through our crown, and focus, focus, focus just on that energy going down to our feet. And feel that for a moment. Might be tingly, might feel heavy, might just feel really yummy to each of you. Try to hold that for yourself, that grounding. Let it go through your feet. Let it go into the earth now. And the next thing I'd like to do, I would like all of us to do, is to feel that grounding connection to each other. So bring that to a place where all of us are there, connected. And feel that. And as I feel this deep connection with each of you, I feel it coming up my legs. I feel it within my body. And you may experience it differently. Okay, so as we move forward, I want you to hold that connection. We are together. The second experiment that I want to do today is to imagine this glowing, beautiful ball of gold light, golden and maybe white light, right above your head. I want you to bring your arms up and actually feel that. It's not very high above your head. Just kind of play around there. See what you feel. I'm going to show a little bit of my head, so if anyone is curious about where that might be. It's about right in here. So I want you to feel that glowing ball in your hand. And move around. It might be larger, it might be smaller for each of us. Just kind of experiment with that. And we're going to refer to this as the divine presence. This beautiful ball that's outside our head, outside our body, is divine presence. And I want you now to bring divine presence into your head. And we're going to go through all the chakras as we do this, and I'll just walk us through it. Divine presence, come into our crown, come into our brow chakra. Divine presence, come into our throats. Divine presence, come into our hearts. Divine presence, come into our solar plexus. Come into our sacrals. Divine presence, come into our root. And divine presence, take your seat all the way through our body and through our feet. You may need to take a deep breath and just release. If it feels like that's something you should do. And allow for the divine presence to stay within the body. Just imagine. Accept the possibility. And let us make this affirmation to ourselves quietly. I accept the possibility The divine presence is within this body. And let us accept the possibility of staying grounded and connected to each other. I accept the possibility that we are all connected through this grounding together. So I want to read a little passage in a book, and maybe some of you have read this as well. It's called Angels Gather Here by Guru Singh. And there was something that I found this week, just this week, that was very powerful for me. And this, to me, applied again to that need to ground, the need to be in that place where divine presence can be held. And it goes like this. There is always a cosmic chatter surrounding each of us, a collective, etheric conversation that promotes and denotes our vision. All the reasons and every detail directly corresponding to our intentions. When this appears as resistance to progress, what question do you ask? Why is this blocking me? Or, where is this leading me? Remember, resistance is only resistance when you resist it. When you embrace it, it transforms into guidance. Living life beyond the need to run, search, and chase and defend your position is a matter of surrendering to a universal agreement. Such an agreement recognizes your divine right and the divine right of life to be. Chasing after, hiding under, or arguing over all stem from doubting the existence of such an agreement. It is ultimately a self-doubt, an anger that is being used to force others into verifying and approving your right, the very rights that are already yours. So that word surrender is very powerful, but it has meaning for everyone in a different manner. And when I use surrender, there's a resonation for me, and I hope for each of you, that allows me to really become one with that divine presence. And it allows me also to be present enough that I can hear Spirit whispering, "You are not alone." So as we go into the meditation, I'm going to explore with each of you, holding the divine presence and surrendering. And I too, like Teresa, I'm just going to say a little prayer around that, and then I'll just do the meditation, and then Iris will do her sound healing. Divine Presence, we thank you for being one with us, for flowing through us and all around us. We ask for the assistance of the Ascended Masters, the Master Teachers, our guides, our guardians, our soul families. We ask now that we be surrounded in this beautiful golden light around each one of us that connects us together, and all else outside this golden light, all else outside this light. And we call into the four corners of our rooms, or the space where we are sitting, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, and Archangel Raphael to hold this space for each one of us during this meditation. We ask that we be clear, that we be centered, that we be aligned, that we be balanced, and that we maintain grounding. I want you to imagine going outside the human electromagnetic field. And we're going to travel up into what I refer to as the solar chakra. It's above our crown chakra. And going up a little further until we reach the divine gate. And here at the divine gate is a very special guide for each one of us. I'd like you to connect with that guide, looking around, feeling what it is that this meditation may bring to you. And if your guide is there with a gift for you, accept that gift and allow. We call in universal love and light to come in through the divine gate all the way down our core, all the way down, coming back down into the crown chakra, the brow, the throat chakra, the heart, into the solar plexus, the sacral, into the root, grounding this beautiful universal love and light as we expand out. We are expanding out beyond the body. Before we go, let us surrender. I want you to soften the toes. And we'll go up the body, softening the ankles, allowing for everything to be released. We move up, soften the shins and the calves, relaxing, softening. We move up to the knees, softening the knees. Relaxing into the thighs, softening the thighs, into the hips, allowing the abdomen to soften. Soften. Soften the abdomen. The lower back. Let us soften the mid-back. Relaxing. Allowing for anything just to drift away that you're holding on to. Soften the mid-stomach into the heart, softening, expanding, going to the upper back and the entire spine. Just allow it to soften. Relax the shoulders. softening the neck, softening the throat, the upper chest, softening the upper spine into the head, softening your jawbone, your tongue. Allow your tongue to be released into the cheekbones. Soften your eyes. In the eye sockets, allow for them to soften and to relax. Into your brow, just release. Release the back of your head. Just allow the head to soften completely. Your upper arms, allow for them to soften down the arms to the elbows. Relax, release. Down the forearms, the elbows, the wrists, and your hands, allowing for your fingers to soften completely. Just release. And now as we travel outward, we're going to soften the first layer, the subtle body, the bio layer, and allow for that to just release. As we do that, we move into the emotional layer, allowing for that to just flow freely. Allow for the emotions just to release and relax. They have served us, but it is time to allow for release. As we're taking this travel, look around. Look to see if there are areas that you did not release. Allow for it to gently go and flow. We move into the primal layer where our ancestors meet us. Allow for that to be released. And moving into the mental layer, just allowing for the divine presence to flow out. Allowing also for the universal love and light to expand out into the mental layer. And now we move into the cognitive layer, allowing release, softening, allowing for divine presence to become fully present. And now we move into the spiritual layer, allowing for this beautiful divine presence to flow with the spiritual layer. And now we flow into the etheric layer, softening, looking around, releasing, restoring, until we move into our soul layer, allowing for the divine presence to be fully within every layer, to include the soul layer. I'm going to call upon the beautiful blue light of healing to come into our physical body as we are expanded out, all the way out into our soul layers. Just allow for this healing to come in. We call upon the blue light to come into the bone marrow of every one of our bones, into every subatomic particle, healing, cleaning, releasing every subatomic particle. And now we call upon the blue light of healing to come into each one of our bones, healing, releasing, restoring. And now we call upon this beautiful blue light of healing to come into the muscle fascia, into the subatomic particles of the muscle fascia throughout all of our body. Allow yourself to feel the healing coming in. And we call upon this light to come into every muscle within our body, cleaning, clearing, restoring, repairing all that is that we need, and releasing. And now we call upon the blue light of healing to come into every one of our organs. Call it to come into our brains, into our eyes, into our tongue, into our lungs, our heart, coming into the stomach, into the pancreas, into the spleen. We call this blue light of healing to come into the gallbladder, into the bladder, into our kidneys, into our liver, all reproductive organs, and into the appendix. And we call upon this beautiful blue light of healing to come into our skin, and as we receive this healing, let us sit in this healing for a few moments. And we give thanks to the blue light of healing and release. And we call upon the integrative light of Kelly Green to integrate all of this beautiful healing, all of these changes that have taken place in the body. Integrating the endocrine systems, the lymphatic system, the circulatory system, and the elimination system into this beautiful healing, strengthening each one of us.
Allow yourself to resonate with the tones which are reverberating in you, in your energy field, in your body. Trusting the pure tones of the solfeggio to restore, to support the work of your meditation. Resting in your breath. Embracing anything which comes up. And again, letting go on a deeper level. Knowing that everything will be all right. It really is. Allow yourself the time you need to make yourself back into the awake state. You might want to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You might want to deepen your breath, sending this wonderful relaxed state and golden divine light into all areas you wish to, knowing that it's always available to us, accessible to you at any moment in time. Continue to come back by maybe opening up your eyes slightly and closing them again. Maybe you want to bring your awareness behind your eyelids and open your eyes when you're ready. This is a deep occurring healing, and we have the opportunity for you to share with us your experience if you so choose. You don't need to. We set the prayers, the intentions, everything is rolling as it's supposed to. But I want you to know, we want you to know that there's the space for you to simply be silent with us, or if you would like to unmute yourself and speak what you have experienced, where have you been. I would like to speak a few words about the solfeggio. These are called the holy harmony. Discovered. How can frequencies be discovered? Have been identified in the 8th century or the 13th century, depending on the source you're looking at, by a Gregorian monk. However, the old Sanskrit chants have used it long before. Frequencies are here for us, available to us. They don't belong to anything. But these solfeggio frequencies are extremely pure and powerful frequencies to restore the body, the mind, the spirit part of in us, which has been taking a toll through different lifetimes, to rebuild our trust and the knowledge, the deeper knowledge, the wisdom knowledge I'm talking about, not the mind knowledge, and teaches the mind to not be the disturbance to our path, to our peace, to our love. You can read up on the solfeggio frequencies. There's a lot of information on there. For now, I don't want to speak more about this. How are you all doing? Well, again, you don't need to answer. We have, I think, emails listed. So if here is someone who sent a heart. Nice. If you want to stay in that state, do so. And if something comes up for you, a question or an experience you would like to share in retrospect afterwards, we are here for you. You can send us an email. We would love to hear from you.
Thank you to each of you for joining us today. Blessings to you throughout your day.
Solfeggio.
She's here on the
Okay, can do that. What is the question?
just to mention the frequency of
Into
solfeggio.
the chat. To spell it. I'm going to chat. Oh, here we have chat.
Yours is going to put in the chat the frequency of the solfeggio.
Solfeggio. Yes. Enter. We have beautiful comments in the chat. You're very welcome, everybody.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. And thank you, Michele, for your guidance so that we could appreciate Euris's beautiful sound.
Absolutely.
Is that Donna speaking?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's Donna. Sorry.
Hello, Donna.
Thank
Hi
you.
again.
Wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you joining us, as I said.
And it was recorded. It will likely be posted to the Ways of Healing website in maybe 1 to 2 weeks.
Now these healings occur not in time. We just have the experience that it would be in time, but it's not. So they are equally powerful as you allow them to be in the recording as well.
It's been wonderful. Thank you so, so much. And I'm just going to stay zoned out if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have my hand up. I'd like to share an experience that I had.
Yeah, please.
Wonderful. Hello, everyone, and namaste. Yeah, I thought that this is just such a beautiful experience, and I still feel like I'm not fully back. And so my name is Allie, and I just jotted a few thoughts down. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm going to try to make the most of what I did write down to share. So what I shared in my own writing is that I feel like a child of the universe, floating around in this cosmic amniotic fluid, turning somersaults, slowly, ever slowly, receiving spiritually nutritive sustenance, never wanting anything, yet being wide-eyed yet soft gazing in my enthusiasm and expectancy for the abundance of the all that is available to me and all of us.
Beautiful, Allie. Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing.
Allie.
Wow.
That was what a profound message. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was beautiful. This is there were these glowing, like do you call that? It's like what do you call the lighting? I'm got the word amniotic stuck in my ambient. This like ambient, almost twinkling of lights, and they were pulsating, and it was just really beautiful. And like I said, I felt like I was floating, yet almost turning really slow somersaults, almost as if on a Spitz or something. It was just beautiful, and it was so free, and I felt enormous, yet so dwarfed by the enormity of the all that was around me. It's just incredible. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That's awesome. I can feel that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Very nice. Thank you for the experience.
It's our
And
pleasure.
this is
Yeah.
again, does the Sweet Spot conduct these meditations regularly, Iris? I know that you do at the Lorton Workhouse, but can you tell everyone if there are other ways that they can enjoy your wonderful sound meditations?
That is very kind of you to ask, and maybe we can come together more often. Since it's actually, I really must say, without Michele and Matt, her husband, her wonderful husband, this could have not been possible because I'm not a tech savvy person at all, and they made it possible that the sound translates with all the challenges we went through, and it was a hard work, and yeah, so depending on you if you like that, and if it obviously since the sound also came across, we can do this much more often. Absolutely.
Now that we've figured it out.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for asking. And yes, so far my the sound bath, it's a so completely different experience, I would say, because you're coming there physically. The sound bath at the workhouse, it's definitely a wonderful opportunity to really immerse yourself into full sound. Yeah.
At the Lorton Workhouse in Lorton, Virginia.
Correct. It's a art center, and it's at the third Sunday of the month at 4 o'clock. Each month has a different theme, different setup, different instruments. Yeah.
And is it only in person, or do you also conduct it via Zoom?
Only in person.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Is it possible to put that in the chat?
Yes, absolutely.
Lorton something center. I didn't quite catch that. Thank you.
Very much for asking.
Thanks, Iris. I was just starting to type it.
Good. You probably will be much faster than me.
Third Sunday, at what time?
At 4 p.m. You really want to know. And if you go on their website, and it should pop up right away on the sound bath. When you register, it leads you to Art of Movement, where they have yoga and qigong classes and other classes. So, but it will prompt you through. It should not be a problem. And if so, then please just reach out, and maybe I should put my email on it. 4 p.m. And then the joy to be. At Gmail. Okay.
Workhousearts.org.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's great. And then does the Sweet Spot have a website, or have you I know this is still fairly new, but
We do not have a website. We
Yes.
we have a name.
And a philosophy.
yes.
Philosophy. That's right.
and beautiful guidance.
Yes. Yeah.
So if people, I guess really it would be the workhouse at this point, the workhouse art center,
Yeah.
where people could enjoy this again.
Yes, on a regular basis. If you want to be on my email list, send me an email with the sound, and I also will inform about the sweet spot to make it. But
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
We could also probably be found through the Rays of Healing website,
exactly.
I think.
Yeah.
And Teresa and I, if anyone needed to reach out or wanted to reach out to us to do something, we could. We can do that too.
That's right.
Or it can be done.
raysofhealing.org, and you can also sign up for Rays of Healing Church or Rays of Healing for the Rays of Healing monthly newsletter. raysofhealingchurch.org. Okay, yeah, I should know that. And I am adding that. raysofhealingchurch.org. There you go. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for joining, and take it easy.
yes.
Yeah, go easy today. Drink lots of
Yes.
water.
And stay away.
May I offer a parting word of insight that just kind of came through me? And I don't know
Yes.
if it has any significance whatsoever. However, it's as if there was this insight or spark of inspiration around like the three wise men. And so instead of men, it's like the council of three wise women. And there seems to be something significant about the three of you, because it almost feels like a tripod, and like the stability that comes from being supported in that triune. And so it feels really like it bolsters the grounding somehow with the three of you. The experience is more grounded somehow by the three of you, and it just feels really lovely. And so,
More philosophy, because that is, as you're describing it, the sweet spot.
yeah, because there's something at the top of the tripod. It's not the legs necessarily, it's the legs and that which is being supported by the legs at the top. So that's what was coming through for me.
Thank you for sharing, Allie.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's nice. Interesting. The sweet spot. Yeah. And so the conjoining of the top of that would be like maybe the sweet spot. I don't know. Very nice. Thank you.
The trident.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
insight.
Allie.
And the,
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
wow.
Enjoy your Saturday, all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You as well.